Hi, my name is Dan Betcher, and I am the owner of Dust Seasonings and Rubs. Here today to just tell you a little bit about my company and also about the delicious products that we have here at Sibley's. I got started in this business about 9 or 10 years ago, kind of by accident. Also, just kind of because of my love for seasonings and cooking and trying different things with different foods. And started with, I think, 2 flavors and now have 6 different varieties. And very proud of the products that we produce right in Phoenix. South Central Phoenix is where our facility is at. We make them all without any fillers or preservatives or junk that you can't pronounce, stuff that you don't know what it is. So with mine, a little bit goes a long ways. You'll get a ton of flavor without any of the junk that you don't need. One of my favorites to use is the Cajun Seasoning. Strange for an Arizona guy, I know, but this is probably the best blackening spice you'll ever use in your life. If you like blackened salmon, blackened fish or seafood of any kind, this is the one. Very versatile, does a great job on any kind of meat, really good on vegetables, and I'm hooked on it in eggs as well. A lot of fun to use. You can get very creative with this one as well as any of the other ones. Another one that is also very popular is the fajita. Makes the best fajitas, but it's also a versatile seasoning. My favorite on steaks, great steak rub. Also good on vegetables, chicken, it's fantastic. Just a good all-around seasoning for most anything, really. And for those of you that like to get creative and make a delicious fresh salsa, this is the stuff to use right here. It's my salsa dust. It has just a wonderful variety of flavors, probably about a medium on the heat scale. It'll get a little bit hotter if you let it sit for an hour or two or even overnight. But on the back is a very basic recipe, but this is another one you can get really creative with and add, whatever sounds good to you. Black beans, mangoes, whatever sounds good in your salsa. Next up today is the rib rub. Also one of my favorites, works on any kind of meat. Absolutely delicious, not only on ribs. If you do it on ribs, you won't need any sauce. Serve the sauce on the side. But a light dusting of this on both sides of a pork chop or a hamburger, any kind of a steak or a roast or anything that you might do in the crock pot. It's absolutely fantastic. And then last but not least, because this is the most popular one, is the taco seasoning. A lot of people know me for the taco seasoning. People absolutely love it. It only takes 2 tablespoons of this per pound. Works with any kind of ground meat, ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef, pork, you name it. Very easy to use. Sprinkle it in while you're browning the meat, and you're done. No need to add water, no need to add anything else. Just get ready to have some delicious tacos. Can also be used as a chili seasoning. It goes well with chicken, again, a good crock pot spice as well. So you can get creative with this one as well. And that right now is today's lineup at Sibley's, and I hope you enjoy them.
But we'll also be adding guacamole.
Guacamole's coming up. That's a favorite. So popular, in fact, that I ran out of it, and I didn't have any to bring down. But I'll have that in the store here, hopefully within the next 2 weeks or so. But that's another one. 2 tablespoons of that with 3 avocados. Can't be any easier. Even I can make guacamole, and people absolutely love it. So.
And what's the most creative use you've heard of your spices?
Oh gosh, that is a very good question. I would say, not too outrageous, but people use I've heard from a couple of customers that rave about the rib rub on fish.
Oh.
And that one I thought was very creative. I've also had people use them in different ways as far as, cooking different. I have vegetarians that love like the taco and the fajita for seasoning different types of vegetables and vegetarian chilies and things like that too. So a lot of people get very creative. That's half the fun for me, is to hear how people use them.
And they're not too hot.
No, none of them get too hot. I always tell people my kids are my testers, and they don't like spicy food. So what you'll find in most of mine is just a very subtle heat, and the rule of thumb is the more you use, the hotter it'll get, and vice versa. If you want it, if you think it might be too spicy, start with less. You'll still get a ton of flavor without the heat.
Great. Well, thanks for being a part of Sibley's West.
Oh, we're excited to be here. Thanks for having us.